My psychopath student tried to sexually assault his classmate, and his mother defended him when we tried to expel him. I teach preschoolers who are 4 to 5 years old, and almost all of them are very well behaved and a pleasure to teach. All but one, that is. I have a student we'll call Ryan, and I have no idea why he is allowed to engage with other kids at all. This kid is on track to become a serial killer if he keeps this behavior up. It sounds harsh, but it's true. It doesn't help that his parents are very rich and help the school out financially, and therefore the principal is unwilling to expel Ryan, despite Ryan tormenting other kids in his class on a daily basis. Things Ryan has done include: cut out a chunk of a girl's hair with scissors because she said no when he asked her to be his girlfriend. He has bitten a student many times. He has a biting problem. He swears the teachers and students frequently. Has on one occasion stomped on a girl's arm and fractured her wrist. The girl's parents sued the school for this, but Ryan's parents' money got the school big-time lawyers and won the case. These are just a few examples. Needless to say, Ryan is pretty much alienated by his entire class, as nobody wants to be around him. Ryan doesn't seem to mind this, and in fact, it's almost as if he has made it his entire goal to terrorize students as much as he can. Well, last week Ryan committed an atrocity. For context, Ryan has developed a crush on a girl named Sally in his class, different girl than the other crush he had. He has been drawing her pictures of him and her kissing and even in bed together, which Sally showed me. It digested and appalled me that a 5-year-old had those thoughts. I tried speaking to Ryan's parents, but as always, nothing was done. Well, last week while out in the yard, Ryan managed to isolate Sally until it was just the two of them, and he asked her out. From my understanding, Sally said no, and Ryan got angry. He proceeded to get mad and slap Sally's behind. He then tried reaching his hands into Sally's bottoms and into her no-no square. Sally screamed and it caught my attention. I rushed over and pulled Ryan away by his hand and dragged him into my office while holding his arm gently. He kicked and screamed the whole way, but I managed to get him inside. I then took him to the principal's office. The principal seemed unamused to have Ryan in his office again. As despite Ryan's parents' money, the principal has been getting sick of Ryan ruining the reputation of the school, as many parents have complained. I explained to the principal what happened, and Ryan's parents were called in the next day to have a meeting with us, without Ryan present. His parents are just wealthy snobs. They look down on poorer people, flaunt their wealth, and so on. Ryan's parents started accusing me before even hearing anything. You dragged my son by the arm and traumatized him. What kind of adult are you to use force on a child? The mother, a woman who looked in her early 40s and like a stereotypical Karen, said. Before I could even say anything, the mother continued, I want her fired immediately. And she looked to the principal, expecting his support. Unfortunately for the principal was on my side. Ma'am, your side has committed a very serious offense. He sexually assaulted a female student. We cannot allow that. What his teacher did was a reasonable reaction. The mother looked shocked. Now do I need to remind you of the school's fund? Think about whose money bought you those new chairs? The conversation lasted a full hour and can be boiled down to the mother arguing that her son did nothing wrong despite being shown the camera footage, reminding the principal of the money he was going to lose, demanding that I get fired, all while the principal and I held our ground. In the end, the mother realized that her son was going to get expelled. On her way out, she told us that they will sue the school for expelling her son without reason if we go through with it. Veiled. Either way, Ryan was expelled. Ryan's mother contacted the principal telling him that he has made a mistake and they will bring the school down with lawsuits. My psychopath student tried to sexually assault his classmate, and his mother defended him when we tried to expel him. I must inform that Ryan's mother did indeed follow through on her word. She armed herself with the best lawyers, sued the school up and down, and tried using everything she could. One of her main goals was to get me fired for dragging Ryan by the arm away from the student he was sexually assaulting. She claimed I was unfit to teach and a danger to children. Her lawyers tried everything they possibly could too, digging through my past, going through my records at the school, but ultimately found nothing that could suggest I was a danger to children. The court overall was a crap show. It was kind of humiliating to sit there and have a lawyer rip into me about my past issues and trauma surrounding my own parents as evidence that I may be too traumatized to take care of children. I even cried on the stand while this was happening, and the lawyers used this as an opportunity to try crank down on me harder. Thankfully, however, our own lawyers were very good, and they managed to prove to the judge that we were in the right. I'm not going to go into the minuscule details about the case, but all I have to say is that the outcome was very positive for us. My principal kept his job, I kept my job, Ryan stayed expelled, and the only thing that his parents got out of this was wasting a boatload of money, as they did not get a single dime out of the school. I'm back to teaching right now, and the kids in my class are thriving. Teaching without Ryan is causing me a lot less stress day to day.